In the late 19th century, the Boer people of South Africa were engaged in a struggle for independence against British colonial rule. This conflict, known as the First Boer War, was fought between 1880 and 1881, and would have a significant impact on the history of South Africa. The Boers, descendants of Dutch settlers who had established a presence in South Africa in the 17th century, had established two independent republics, the South African Republic and the Orange Free State. These republics were rich in natural resources, particularly gold and diamonds, and were of great interest to the British, who sought to expand their empire. In 1877, the British annexed the South African Republic, sparking outrage among the Boers. The Boers, who were fiercely independent and suspicious of British intentions, resisted British rule and launched a rebellion in 1880. The Boers were highly skilled marksmen and mounted fighters, and were able to mount a formidable resistance to the British. The British, on the other hand, had superior numbers and firepower, but were hampered by poor leadership and a lack of knowledge of the terrain. The decisive battle of the war was fought at Majuba Hill in February 1881. The Boers, under the leadership of Piet Joubert, were able to occupy the high ground and inflict heavy casualties on the British. The British commander, Sir George Pomeroy Colley, was killed, and the British were forced to retreat. The Boer victory at Majuba Hill was a turning point in the war and led to negotiations between the Boers and the British. In March 1881, the two sides signed the Pretoria Convention, which granted the Boers self-government in the South African Republic and the Orange Free State. The First Boer War was a significant moment in South African history, marking the first major conflict between the Boers and the British. It also laid the groundwork for future conflicts, including the Second Boer War, which would be fought 20 years later. Today, South Africa is a vibrant and diverse country with a rich and complex history that continues to shape its present and future.